Today we're going to discuss a few things. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Alright. Before we get started, I'd like to hand you this form, consent form, saying that you give me consent to actually videotape us today and to do this counseling session.
That's fine.
Okay, I'll just need you to sign that. And I'll collect it from you at the end of this group session.
Okay.
Also, before we get started, just kind of talk to you about confidentiality. Do you know about confidentiality?
That means you can't say what goes on in this meeting to anyone else?
Correct. Basically, what we discuss is between us. What you tell me is in 100% confidentiality, unless you talk about hurting yourself or hurting someone else. And also, what you discuss or I discuss, you're not prohibited to go out and talk about. While we're talking about confidentiality, I like to talk about the duty to warn. Basically, what happens if you break that confidentiality. There's different penalties for or consequences for breaking confidentiality. Just depends on the severity of what you actually break.
On my behalf or your behalf?
On both our behalves. There's penalties for me, and then there's consequences for me as well as consequences for you if we talk about what we discuss here outside of here. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that being said, tell me your name.
Marie Urson.
Okay. And Marie, as always, before we get started, I like to just kind of go over do the exercise with the names. So using your last name, can you tell me, using the first initial in your last name, can you give me a word that describes you using that initial?
Wow, okay. My last name is Urson, so the first letter would be U. Not too many adjectives I can think of that starts with the word U. Some people say I'm unapologetic. I don't like to apologize for things that I may do wrong. So
Okay.
that's not a positive thing, but that's what I can think of.
Okay, unapologetic. So, with that being said, why do you feel that you're unapologetic? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that, because sometimes I don't feel everything warrants an apology. A lot of times I don't think I'm wrong, and the person may think that I'm wrong, so why do I have to apologize when I don't feel I've done anything wrong?
Okay. So do you just feel that some people don't agree with you?
Yeah, they don't agree with me.
With that being said, then, if you feel that sometimes what you may say don't warrant an apology, do you feel that sometimes people are a little bit more emotional than you?
I won't say they're more emotional than me, we just don't think the same.
And what's your thinking?
My thinking, my beliefs, just the way I think. I think I'm a logical thinker.
And, okay, give me one of your beliefs.
As far as what? Just...
Anything.
I don't know. A belief. Let's see. Let me think about it. I don't know. I can't think about it. Let's see. People always fault me for being late. My thing is, things may happen. You should be understanding if I'm late to arrive to an appointment. You as my counselor should be understanding that I was maybe stuck in traffic. Why I have to apologize for someone that was driving 10 miles an hour in a 35 speed zone? Why am I apologizing for that? I can't control someone not rushing. So my belief is, why do I have to apologize for something I can't control, such as being late?
Okay.
When it's not my fault.
When you're late and you say it's not your fault,
Yeah.
before you leave, do you take in consideration the unknown factors?
I don't think about the appropriate time frame it should take me to get somewhere. Like if I know if I'm driving 10 miles, it shouldn't take me longer than 20 minutes to get there. But let's just say if there's an accident on the way there, that makes me later than 20 minutes. So I'm late for my appointment.
Okay, so
Why should I leave my house an hour earlier?
give me an example when you being late wasn't so because of a drastic issue.
Such as something I couldn't control.
Something you couldn't control.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's never anything that I can control. I always try to be on time. As I said in our last session, I have a child. If my child is feeling sick, I have to care for my child first before I can go and move on further. So it's never something I do on my own per se, but people, when I'm late, they look at me like I need to apologize for my lateness.
And when they criticize you for your lateness, how did that make you feel?
I get an attitude about it because I can't control something that happened beforehand. It was out of my hands.
And when you say you get an attitude, how do you react? Violently or?
Not violently. I just tend to express myself. Sometimes I may get a little loud, but I wouldn't consider it in a violent manner because I'm expressing myself.
Okay. Have you ever tried any techniques not to allow yourself to get volatile or loud when you are agitated?
Techniques like what? Taking a breath?
Taking a breath, taking a step back.
Taking a breath, taking a step back. That still won't relieve my frustration. I still will have to get out what I want to say. I can't keep that bottled in.
So, when you're mad, you're agitated.
Because they have made me upset because they want me to apologize for something I cannot control.
And two, once you get agitated, you have to get it out.
Yes.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it?
No. I just want to release what I have in my head. I want to release my emotions.
And does it have to be directly at somebody? Or you just have to get it out?
Towards that person or towards whoever.
And what is their normal reaction once you do let it out?
It can cause conflict.
And is this a repetitious thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't see no other way to help you or to assist you in getting it out other than being hostile and loud?
Well, I don't consider me expressing myself being hostile and loud because I may choose to use a different tone in my voice that makes me more hostile.
Okay. Are you calm?
Yeah, I'm just simply expressing myself as I'm doing right now.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, just expressing myself.
So never had it lead to want to hit or get physical with it?
Well, maybe a few times, but majority of the times I can control my actions. And once I get out what I want to say emotionally, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Do you do any physical activity?
Not anymore.
You used to?
I used to exercise, work out.
And when you used to exercise and work out, how did you feel then? Did you have as many
Blow-ups?
blow-ups?
I would say it's still the same. I'm always going to express myself regardless of how I'm feeling. If I'm energetic, if I get the stress out, I still feel that I can express myself to anyone.
Okay. So what would you say there's something you do for you not to have as many blow-ups? even though you're expressing yourself and you want to express yourself, what's something you can do to not have a blow up, but you're still expressing yourself?
What's something I can do to express myself without me?
Or let's talk about some ways we can express ourselves without actually blowing up.
Well, I mean, I always try to talk it through before I actually take it to that next level. I always try to talk it through. But are you suggesting I not say anything at all?
Okay, you ever thought about trying just writing your emotions down and expressing them that way?
How will writing my emotions help me feel like I relieve what I want to say?
It's like writing in a diary. You write an entry, and the person who you want to direct those
But
words
no one
to.
is hearing me. I want that person to hear me.
But people can hear words.
I don't want them to read my words. I want to say them to them. I want to say my words to them.
Okay. Well, how about we try that one day? Would you be willing to try that?
So you're asking me to journal?
Not journal, but let's say even if we role played or, and you felt yourself about to blow up, instead of you blowing up, you wrote how you were feeling. I mean, would you think that if you wrote your words down versus expressing yourself in a loud voice, wouldn't that not cause the other person to react to what you're saying and you react back to what they're saying?
Maybe. I'll try it, and then I can go back and read what I said, and maybe I want to take some of those things back. Maybe I don't want to say it after I calm down.
Okay.
We can try that.
We can try that, okay.
We can try it.
Let's see if we can come up with another technique that you can try that maybe, you get your expression out without actually verbally communicating.
Well, I know I have a couple of friends who they just meditate sometimes whenever they're going through problems with their boyfriends, and they say it kind of helps them out a little bit. Maybe I can give that a try, just taking a breath and thinking to myself about what's going on.
Okay. Any other thing you come up with? So we got writing, we got meditation.
And maybe, I don't know. I mean, I feel that's all that I can do at this point.
Alright. So, what I would like you to do then, before our next session is, I want you to, the 3 techniques we talked about, I want you to practice that. Writing your emotions down, meditating, and what was the third one again?
Well, we talked about taking the breath, and I told you that really doesn't help. But I can try that first. Taking a step back
and taking a
and
breath.
taking a breath.
Okay. And what I want you to do is when you feel you're about to have one of those blow-ups, try that technique and see how it works. And then I want you to record the after. Record what happened when you tried that technique. And of all 3. And then once next session, what we'll do is kind of compare those to what normally happens when you voice your expression openly. Okay?
We can try that.
All right. You finished? You signed your form for me?